Why your grandparents talk about a time when a candy bar cost just a nickel? Or have you ever wondered why the price of your favorite snack seems to go up every year? This isn't just nostalgia. It's a real economic phenomenon called inflation. Today, we peel back the layers of this complex topic using something simple and delicious. The banana. Welcome to our channel where we make big ideas easy to understand. Today, it's all about banana economics. So, what exactly is inflation? In the simplest terms, inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power of currency is falling. Think of it this way: your dollar buys a little less today than it did yesterday. But why does this happen? Let's use our humble banana to explain. Imagine our entire economy is a single banana stand. This stand has a fixed number of bananas, let's say 100, and in this tiny economy, there's a total of $100 in circulation. Simple math, right? Each banana would cost exactly $1. You have a dollar, you can buy a banana. Now, let's say the government or our little banana stand central bank decides to stimulate the economy. They think people need more money to spend, so they print another $100 and hand it out to everyone. Now, there are $200 in circulation, but here is the crucial part: the number of bananas at the stand is still the same. There are still only 100 bananas. What do you think happens to the price of a banana? With more money chasing the same number of goods, the owner of the bananas will realize people are willing to pay more. The price will naturally rise. Suddenly, a banana might cost $2. This is what we call demand pull inflation. Too much money is chasing too few goods. Your dollar, which used to buy a whole banana, now only gets you half a banana. Its purchasing power has been cut in half. This is a simplified example, of course, but it captures the essence of one of the main drivers of inflation. When the money supply grows faster than the economy's ability to produce goods and services, prices tend to rise. Central banks around the world, like the Federal Reserve in the United States, have the power to influence the money supply. They do this through various tools, like changing interest rates or buying government bonds, which is a process known as quantitative easing. But that's not the whole story. There's another type of inflation, and we can use our banana stand to understand this one too. Let's go back to our original scenario: 100 bananas, $100, $1 per banana. Now imagine a sudden storm wipes out half of the banana farm's crop. Now the stand only has 50 bananas to sell. The amount of money in the economy is still $100, but the supply of bananas has been drastically reduced. What happens to the price now? With the same amount of money competing for fewer bananas, the price will again shoot up to $2 per banana. This is called cost push inflation. It happens when the cost of producing goods and services increases, forcing sellers to raise their prices to maintain their profit margins. In the real world, this could be caused by many things: a natural disaster affecting crops like our banana storm, a sudden spike in the price of oil, which makes transportation more expensive for almost every product, or disruptions in the global supply chain, like we saw during the pandemic, which made it harder and more expensive to get parts and products from one place to another. All these increased costs get passed on to us, the consumers, in the form of higher prices. So we have two main forces: demand pull, which is too much money, and cost push, which is not enough stuff, often. The inflation we experience is a mix of both. During the pandemic, for example, governments injected a lot of money into the economy to help people, which increased demand. At the same time, lockdowns and shipping problems created supply shortages. This combination was a perfect recipe for the inflation we've seen in recent years. Now you might be thinking, okay, so prices go up. What's the big deal? Well, inflation can have some serious consequences. If your wages don't increase at the same rate as inflation, your real income is actually decreasing. You're working just as hard, but your paycheck buys you less. This particularly hurts people on fixed incomes, like retirees, whose savings can be eroded over time. Think about it. If you have $10,000 saved for retirement and inflation is running at 5% per year, your savings will only have the purchasing power of $9,500 after just 1 year. Over many years, this effect can be devastating. Inflation also creates Uncertainty. When prices are changing rapidly, it's hard for businesses to plan for the future. Should they invest in a new factory? Should they hire more workers? It becomes a guessing game. This uncertainty can slow down economic growth, but is all inflation bad? Most economists would say no. A small, stable amount of inflation, usually around 2%, is often seen as a good thing. It encourages people to spend and invest their money rather than hoarding it under their mattress, because they know it will be worth slightly less in the future. This spending helps keep the economy moving and growing. The real danger lies in high, unpredictable inflation, or its opposite, deflation. Deflation is when prices are falling. This might sound great, everything is getting cheaper. But it can be even more dangerous than inflation. If people expect prices to be lower tomorrow, they'll delay their purchases. Why buy a new car today if it will be $1,000 cheaper next month? This drop in spending can lead to a vicious cycle of lower production, job losses, and economic stagnation. So, central banks have the tricky job of steering the economy between the rocks of high inflation and the whirlpool of deflation. They try to keep inflation at that just right level, like Goldilocks porridge. They do this primarily by adjusting interest rates. When they want to fight inflation, they raise interest rates. This makes borrowing money more expensive for both consumers and businesses. People borrow and spend less, cooling down demand and helping to bring prices under control. When they want to stimulate the economy and avoid deflation, they lower interest rates. This makes borrowing cheaper, encouraging spending and investment. It's a delicate balancing act, and they don't always get it right. So the next time you are at the grocery store and notice the price of bananas has gone up by a few cents, you'll know there's a world of economic forces at play. It could be too much money chasing those bananas. Or it could be that a storm on the other side of the world made them more expensive to grow and ship. Understanding inflation isn't just for economists. It's for everyone. It affects your savings, your budget, and your financial future. By using a simple banana, we can see how the supply of money and the supply of goods interact to determine the prices we pay every day. It is a powerful reminder that big economic concepts are often rooted in simple principles of supply and demand. I hope this banana economics lesson has helped demystify inflation for you. It's a topic that's constantly in the news, and now you have the tools to understand what it all means. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more simple explanations of complex topics. Got any questions or ideas for our next video? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.